Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Ben. I go by the amateur radio call sign K0BJJ, and this is another vlog update. We're going to get into a pretty serious subject, but I do want to take a quick moment to thank all these sponsors which have just covered me and are taking up the screen right now, because they are a very positive force in my life. So thank you to every one of these people on this list, or that has just gone by. And now let's get into the nitty-gritty dirty subject here. So I want to talk about something that typically does not get talked about in amateur radio. It's a very important subject. It is a subject that used to be quite taboo. We're going to talk about mental health. And for those of you who are mental health and are leaving, you know what? We'll see you on the next video. For those of you that want to hear what I have to say, thank you for sticking by. You're the reason why I keep making videos. So, mental health with ham radio kind of goes hand in hand. Those of you, a lot of you don't know me extremely well, but I do have a depression anxiety disorder. Ham radio is one of the ways I've used to help deal with that. The best way to help deal with a depression anxiety disorder is positive encouragement. So all of you who do hit those thumbs up, for all of you that do comment down below, hey, make the comments, hey, keep it up, or hey, I can't, good to see you again. Any positive comment, all of you, you're my heroes. You help my mental health more than you know. That being said, my mental health lately has kind of been taking a hit. Those of you that do know me, I went from 13 years doing private security and I went into banking. Complete 180. Some of you may think this is, well, that was a crazy move. You did 13 years in private security. Why didn't you, do like dispatch or, something like that, go to a jail or something, because that's more field related. I actually did have quite a passion for business growing up. I was a small business owner growing up. Sorry, checking our battery. Jetting BJ's mowing service in Winnebago County. That was me and my folks. And guess where the BJ came from? Oh, guess what? Look at the call sign. Not that hard to figure out. In high school, I took some business classes and absolutely loved it. I wanted to be more service oriented growing up. I wanted to be more out there. I did not plan putting my body on the line to help my community, which is why I eventually chose criminal justice, and my body ended up paying for it. Now, before some of you go, okay, well, why didn't you go military? I had an injury in high school that took military off the table. Trust me, I tried. I got refused by everyone, including the Coast Guard, because of this injury. But that's why I went law enforcement. After getting a serious injury and not being able to do the Iowa law enforcement physical agility test, I kind of went into a dive down depression, trying to figure out what I want to do, explored different options, and then eventually decided, I've had this interest in banking or in business. I could do sales or I could try banking. It just so happened a opportunity at a bank opened up and I took it. This has been one of the single hardest things I've ever done, and it has taken a mental toll on me since then. So my mental health lately has been nosediving. It's a lot of the times I want to get home and I want to talk, but I don't want to turn on the radio. Those of you with HF privileges understand there's some toxicity, sorry, on HF that I don't want to deal with. The VHF, UHF around here is spotty at best, whether or not there's anyone there. So I've been closed down. I've only talked like a lot of you. I encourage the Discords. I could get on Ham Radio Clubhouse. I could get on Toads. I mainly just stick to the Iowa radio operators. I close down that much. And I'm bringing this up this week is because if you are a person that is dealing with someone that has these depression, anxiety issues like I do, I'm going to give you some pointers on how to deal with them. You need to point out the small wins. This week, I was doing extremely well. I made 2 mistakes yesterday at work. And they were big mistakes, but they weren't mistakes that cost anyone money per se. It's going to delay a couple people from getting the exact amount of money they got. So, I mean, it's not minor, but everyone's still going to win. The company's not losing any money. The only thing it is going to cost some man hours. So I'm not saying it was not a big deal. I'm not saying it is a big deal. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, those were the only 2 mistakes I made all week. I've been having trouble keeping in balance. I went the whole week balancing. I was very proud of myself. I had a lot of positive vibes going. Had a couple disgruntled customers, but we're going to have that kind of goes with it. I'm used to stuff like that from security. But what are the only things you think I got pointed out yesterday by my manager? Those 2 mistakes that were going to cost them some time and more work. I went from 13 years in security. I could get a security job anywhere in the state by putting in an application. I could go do something criminal justice related, civilian side, almost anywhere. But I made 2 mistakes. I've been working at this job 7 weeks. 2 mistakes. The only 2 things I've heard about were not how I did good, how I've been doing good all week, not how I've been improving. I've heard that from my coworkers. I did not hear that from my manager. From my manager, I heard about those 2 mistakes that are going to cause them to do a little more work, which I feel bad about. I don't get me wrong, I feel bad about. And some other very minor things. And that takes a toll. I can rebound quite a bit, but sometimes your mental health just takes enough. So Thursday night, my ex-wife and I had to intervene with a matter with our oldest. I didn't get enough sleep. I went to work extremely tired, like I'm going to today, because I have a 4-hour shift today. That does not help your mental health. And then you take criticism, very little positivity all day, and by the end of the day, you're just mentally shot. So I didn't sleep well last night. I went to bed really early last night. It was a Friday night, and I went to bed at 7. So that tells you anything. I guess the most important thing about this is I do these channels, I do the vlog, I do this stuff. This is my mental boost. Every little thing you all say helps. Whether it's just a thumbs up, or you sit in the chat, or you actually go down in the comments and say, yo, what's up? Or hey, good video. Or hey, can't wait to see what's next. Or, you know, whatever you put in the comment section with a positive vibe, that helps someone like me extremely. I do these videos because I like to do them. Yes, eventually I would like it to pay for itself. I would like the videos to pay for themselves. I would love, you know, for Buy Me a Coffee to come up and we get tons of members and money is not really an obstacle anymore, and I can go get antennas, do antenna reviews. I would love to do that, don't get me wrong. But the reason why I do this channel and the storm chasing channel is because I enjoy doing it and because other people enjoy watching it. And every time I get a notification that there is a comment, whether it be a question, and I mean, I love constructive criticism. I've had several people, hey, why don't you try this? I don't know why you're doing it this way. Why don't you try this way? I'd love that. That helps me learn and help me grow. But every time I get a notification about a comment, every time I see a thumbs up, every time, you know, someone heads over to Buy Me a Coffee and, you know, spends $5 to help the channel, that helps me in more ways than you can imagine. So from someone suffering with mental health issues to, I'm sure, a crowd of people that don't talk about the mental health issues they suffer with, I thank you for the positivity. I thank you for watching. And if you made it here, I thank you truly for being an awesome person and listening to my side on this taboo subject. With mental health, we can get through this together. And if anyone needs to talk, go to Toads, go to Ham Radio Clubhouse. There are links in the descriptions below. Go to them, find me. Just search my call sign or search Spider Johnny. Find me, shoot me a DM. You're not alone, and I will talk to you, and we will get through this together. That being said, trolls are going to be trolls. I find them funny because they can't say it to my face. Instead, they got to say it on the keyboard. And if I ever do meet some of these people in person, I hope they do say it to my face because, oh, I've got some lines ready to come back to them. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. The next video is going to be more upbeat. I hope to go do a POTA either today or tomorrow. So, the next video will be very upbeat or more upbeat. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.